Alrighty, we showed you how to take this moving out of the case, and it's in the shop now. So first thing I want to do is clean out those pockets. Now bear in mind, this is not generally how I clean a clock. I'm just demonstrating this. I tear these down, put them in a cleaning tank, and polish the pivots, put them back together. But when you're at home and you're not a qualified or a master clockmaker, and you're just wanting to clean and oil your own clocks, this is how it's done. So I'm going to go in here. There's a lot of grease in these. I don't know if you can see that or not. Well, you can't. Alright, there's a prime example of some nasty grease. And we'll just go around this with a pegwood. Now when you buy these kits, and by the way, I'm out of kits, so I've got to build up another dozen or two. So if you order one, it's going to take about 3 days for me to get it shipped. Over the weekend, I'll go ahead and get them built so that we have them. Anyway, I take these long sticks. I buy these long Q sticks for cleaning, and I put a point on the back side of them so we can clean out of these pivots. These pivots have to be pretty well clean. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks here that most people don't even know about. It's a little loose, but it's not too bad. Look at that dirt. Alright. Just make sure you run around the pivots when you're cleaning your clock, just to get all the loose crap out of there if you can. As before, I don't recommend using a cleaning spray. Look at that. Terrible stuff. Wow. That was a chunk. I don't recommend using the spray directly on the plates. It leaves a residue if you do that, and then it's hard to get it out of there. So don't do that. I've been so involved in building an air graver the last 4 or 5 days, I've gotten clear behind on what's really important, and that's giving you a lesson in clock cleaning and oiling. Now this is Crc Electronic Cleaner. You can get it at most any automotive parts store. You might even be able to get it at Menards. I don't know that I've ever saw it though. Now I just soaked this Q tip, and I'll show you. Look at this. See the black? So this clock's really dirty. Don't be afraid to drench your Q-tip. And I just push it right down onto the pivots, and I just turn it, just like that. Wrap it around it and push it. Now you can't normally find these long sticks in the stores. So I had to order them in, and I ordered by a couple 100,000 of them at a time, I guess. And they're really much firmer than the regular Q-tip, the little plastic Q-tips. But you can use a regular Q-tip if you can't find these. I haven't put them up on my website, but I thought about doing it. mybenchjeweler.com, and that way you don't have to hunt to try and find them. Now, if this is any indication here, look at all that dirt. So just taking a stick and cleaning around your pivots isn't going to get them clean enough. That's just not a good way of doing it. So make sure like I said, make sure you use plenty of spray. I don't like spraying the clock. You're gonna want to do that. You're gonna want to come in here. You're gonna think that doing this is the only way to do it, like that. But see what it did to the plate. Then it leaves a residue, and I don't know what that residue would do. So I don't like residue. So don't do that. Just use your, well, that's got a sharp edge. See, look at the separation on that. It's not a very high-end clock, but. I'm going to show you how to clean the mainsprings, but you really need to buy a letdown tool if you're going to try and clean the mainsprings. Otherwise, I do use 3-in-1 oil on these, and I don't use the regular clock oil until I clean it with 3-in-1. Now I'm going to show you how that's done. Alright, this stick shot, it's time to throw it away. These are all clean now. So the next thing I want to do, I want to come over here. There's a click spring, and you want to release it quick. You don't want to try this with a key. You'll end up tearing your fingernails up. Actually, that's underneath where you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, that's called letting down the mainspring. See how you can pull that out? And I'm just going to run my thumb across that. You can see the dirt that's in there. So if you think, you've got your clock all cleaned before you've done these mainsprings, you're wrong. They need to be freed up so that they don't stick. The old oil in them has so dried out that it's grabbing the mainspring rather than letting the mainspring have its own power. That's why you want to let these down. But if you do not have anything but a clock key, don't do it. I'll show you how to oil them and then move on from there, because you will tear your hand up. So. springs are down. There's no real true way of cleaning these other than putting them in an autosonic tank. And most people aren't going to have one, so I'll show you the way it can be done. Like if you were on the road and you weren't going to bring the clock in, but I don't. If it's a mantle clock, wall clock, or anything like that, I make them bring them in. So it's just clean those up without ultrasonic cleaning. I'm going to show you how to do it. 3-in-1 oil. It is not air. I'm sorry, 3-in-1 oil. Not used for oiling your clock. It is a cleaning oil. It cleans, penetrates rust, and cleans. It's not made for oiling. Well, at least ways it's not made for oiling clocks. Do not use it for clocks. Can use it for cleaning the mainspring. So you open. We've let down the mainspring. I've got the oil on there. And I'm just gonna show you how I do it. Maybe. Alright, come on. Just like this. I'm just pulling the mainspring out. And I got that oil. Look at the oil coming off of that. Alright, that's as far as I can pull it. So that's as far as clean it's going to get. Now, you want to take a look. And that's what you pulled off your mainspring. So, if you have a letdown tool, or you want to buy a letdown tool, if you have 8 or 9 wall clocks, 2 or 3 mantles, if you have a lot of clocks that you want to keep clean, then it's probably worth buying the letdown tool. So. Okay, let's start a new one. We used a 3-in-1 cleaning oil. Just soak a t-shirt or a rag or anything. And come in here, pull it. Oh, shoot. Not good. Alright, pull it. Let it go back in. And here's the dirt off of that spring. See if you can see that. So this is out. A little hard to do. Now even on the ultrasonic, after I put these in a big ultrasonic tank, I still use the 3-in-1 and I wipe it clear down. Then I go back with an alcohol rag and clean it up with the alcohol. Then I re-oil it. And okay, that's how they're done. So the next thing you want to do is oil it. So let's go ahead and wind this back up. A lot of grunting and groaning here. Alright. Now we're ready to oil it. Unfortunately, I dropped all of my oil on the ground. Thank you, Mikey, you dummy. Oh, man. Oh, I have to set these tight. start on this side because it's the easiest. It's the back side. And I sold all my oil kits, and I won't have any more until Monday, so I don't even have the correct oiling tool, but this will work just fine. I'd rather have the oiling tools though. You just have to be patient when you're oiling them. Make sure you get just a dab of oil in there and no more than that. If you see the oil come off your stick, you oiled it too hard. You don't need a lot of oil, especially with this oil. This oil is just nothing but a lubricant. Okay, so now I'm just going to go around the outside, and these grab up the oil, and they're reusable, and you just keep cleaning them with your spray. All right, now we oil the other side. Alright, let's see if that's even going to run there. Looks like it will. Yeah, I think should be all right. Now, once again, I'll take this to the ultrasonic tank and clean it, but I wanted to show you how it's done. I wanted to show you how to clean your mainsprings. There's really not a lot to these old clocks like this. This isn't a real high-end clock, but you know what? It goes into a really pretty case, which I showed you when we took it apart. So we'll go ahead and put her back in and clean her up, and I think I'll just end this video here. You see me oil it and clean the mainsprings, and it's a wall clock, so that would be the way that an individual who just wants to do his own clock oiling, that's how it's done. So we appreciate you watching it. And I'll go ahead and end this video and we'll load it, get it uploaded tonight. Thanks for being patient and watching this.